Good day, everybody, and welcome to the virtual safari at Tintswalu. I'm your guide for the day, Charlie. It is a glorious morning out here in African bush, about 15 degrees Celsius at the moment, call that 60 Fahrenheit, going up to 25 degrees Celsius, about 77 Fahrenheit. So perfect weather, not a breath of wind, or hardly, at the moment. And I think the objective for today would be to follow some of the buffalo that are around here. Quite a few buffalo herds have made their way following the green grass into the Manyeleti Game Reserve of the Kruger National Park. And we're going to go follow them and see what else might be following them. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go see what we can find. Following the buffalo into the more greener grass of the Manyeleti is arguably one of the most famous prides in southern Africa, the Birmingham Pride. Currently very full from a buffalo kill made not far away. Keeping that lightly colored belly exposed to the sun, helping them keep cooler than they otherwise would. With a darker top would attract more light and keep them warmer, but sticking that light belly to the sun, helping them to keep cool. And also the thinner skin on those inner thighs as well, allowing to radiate more heat. We all know that lions and cats have very sharp claws, and curled as well, both to grip onto their prey and hold it tightly. Now, why is it so curled, you might wonder? Well, the reason is because of the shape of the last bone in its paw, the last phalange. It's positioned in a bent over manner, a curled manner that causes the keratin of the nails to grow in that curled fashion. And now, why doesn't that curled nail keep growing and stick into the paw like a horrendous ingrown toenail? Imagine that sharp claw digging into your paw. Well, the reason there is that the claws flake from the bottom. So they separate, and it kind of peels off, and the bottom keeps coming off. And that's why it can keep so sharp as well. It keeps sharpening itself. Inbuilt sharpening mechanism. So if you take the time and look at your cat's claws when they're out, or perhaps go and Google a picture of a lion claw, you'll be able to see these kind of ridges, these layers on the side, and that'll be part of those layers that come off. And I haven't come across it in the literature, but I have a very good suspicion that that's why the cats do claw at trees and bark and all that, so that they can help sharpen those claws by pulling off those under layers. We've managed to locate the kill itself, as well as 5 females from the Birmingham Pride. So that's 6 adults and females in total, as well as the big male. reproduction. I see 7 lionesses in total. Another leg has popped up at the back there. Extremely well camouflaged in the dappled light and the yellow grass is an African wild dog, Lichen pictus. These are diurnal hunters. They like to hunt during the day, usually the crepuscular hour, so the more dim light of the early morning or early evening. So no doubt they will be getting lively soonish. Restlessness amongst the pups. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. This specific pack of wild dogs, resident in northern Manuleti and Ngala next door, they denned this year in Ngala near the Wildlife College. Wildlife College producing some excellent trackers. In fact, we have 2 student trackers with us at the moment, out with the rest of the crew, applying their trade, learning the skill and the art of tracking. So 4 adults, 5 pups. With the adults being vigilant and guarding while the pups frolic. Oh, this one's got an injury. Three of the adults have stayed behind, and 2 have gone off with the pups into the distance over the crest of the hill. It's interesting to see how they do that. They know that the pups are being looked after, so these 3 will just relax. Only 1 in frame now, and then 2 a bit further off to the right. All the dogs suddenly got up and there's a lot of excitement. The pups and those couple of adults are now back from their jaunt. And wild dogs are what we call cooperative breeders, meaning that you'll have a breeding pair, and then the other adults who are non-breeders will help to raise the pups. So I think it might be safe to assume that the adults that went with the pups are those caregivers, the funkles, the fun uncles and aunts. This dog is not happy about something in front of her. I wonder if there's a snake in the grass, excuse the expression. Let's see what I can find out about this injury, if it is an old one. Because this pack is quite well known by the conservationists in the area. The wild dog conservationists, that is. And if it is an old one, then they've been doing pretty well, in spite of her injury. Definitely something in the grass she isn't too thrilled about. More relaxed now. Might hear my colleagues interpreting for their guests in the background. What a wonderful sighting. Test experience for them. Very happy. We've experienced a bit of a downpour, so we're wrapping up today from inside the lodge. And what a day it was. The breakaway Birmingham Pride moving into the Manuletti Reserve at the northern reaches, putting pressure potentially on the Mbiri Pride, which could have knock-on effects elsewhere. And that breakaway Pride being joined by whom I can confirm are the Manwana males. Very exciting, and we are going to keep a close eye on that, see what may develop. So from myself, Charles, and the virtual safari at Tintswalu, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, goodbye for now.